Just quickly, a little controversy there in the old Calgary Edmonton game to move on, eh? What did you think about that?
Well, what did you think first?
You go first.
Okay. All right. Well, I wanted to get your reaction, but I'll tell you what I thought. That was a good goal. That's a joke. I can't believe that it was called a goal on the ice and it was overturned, and they called that a distinct kicking motion conclusive enough to overturn the goal on the ice. That was ridiculous. I could not believe it. I was shocked.
All right.
What'd you think?
There's your verdict.
What'd you think?
No goal. And I'll give you
You're wrong.
Very definite.
I'm with Case.
A very big reason here for me, and that is the fact that it was Blake Coleman. No one has more control over their body in a falling motion than Blake Coleman in the whole NHL. Have you seen his 2 goals where he's getting dragged down and then he one-hands it and flicks it over the goalie? 2 times. You know how many times I've seen him going head first into the net, scoring goals when he was in New Jersey? That guy has more control than anybody else. And that whole time he's going down, he's staring that puck dead in the eyes, watching it go, and gives it a little extra nudge across the line. So yeah, I gotta say no goal here.
Well, listen. I believe
Chad,
that.
What?
I believe that he was watching the puck the whole time and he gave it a little extra nudge. My problem with it is that isn't how they've called the fucking rule all season long.
Chad, they haven't called the cross-checking the same way.
I know.
They haven't called offside. They don't. There's no such thing.
But that's wrong. But listen, you can call the goal either way, and I can see the argument for it. My problem is they haven't called it like that all season long until Game 6 of the playoffs, or was it Game 7? Game 6 or
Game
7?
5.
Game 5.
Yeah.
And then they call it like that. And they're so conclusive about it. And it's like, to me, that was absolutely ridiculous. You can see goals that were called goals on the ice, challenged, not overturned, that were way more egregious than that, way more deliberate, way more distinct kicking motions. And I'm moving my foot right now, if you can see. Just like booting it in all season long. They've been called goals. So I don't get like what changed because it's the playoffs. Like, I think these refs, their mindset is wrong. Their mindset should be, this is just another game. But I think they get amped up for these games the way that players do. And I think it's wrong. They made the wrong call, in my opinion, because they set the precedent to something different all season long.
I forget who said it, but someone was like, "Oh, you can't kick the puck when you're stopping." It's like,
yeah, you can.
Well, that's literally a power skating drill that you do. So I think you can, and I think he did. But frankly, I'm gonna give a little peek behind the curtain here. I was gonna say the opposite of whatever you said, and that's why I wanted you to go first.
Because you did see my post then. You must have seen my story when I was complaining about it. And man, the thing is, too, is that these 2 refs were the same refs who did Game 7 between the Maple Leafs and Tampa. But listen, and made that controversial interference call. Again, I've said this before. It was interference. The problem is they haven't called that all year. So how are you supposed to know that that's going to be interference? Same with this. It's like they've called goals that have been literally kicked in. A guy looks at his skate, he looks at the net, looks at the puck coming to him, kicks it in, and they say, that's fine. And then all of a sudden this like stopping it into the net is a kicking motion. To me, I don't have a problem with what they call. You can call it either way. It doesn't matter to me. Just call it consistently. And they don't do it. Those 2 guys specifically. And those are the 2 best referees that the NHL has to offer.
Yeah, I'm going to say, like, actually, I think it's a goal based off, like, what's been called all year. It's like the actual argument you're giving right now.
Yeah.
But I do actually also still believe in my points that I was making.
Yes.
Blake Coleman is so capable of doing that. His leg was in a weird position. Like, how like horizontal outside of his body his leg was going through the crease as he was coming across the line, that's not really how someone goes down, and he is so capable of scoring just ridiculous goals like that. So I'm I fully believe that he scored it very much so on purpose with a kick, but that doesn't necessarily make it a kicking goal. So.
Yeah, or a visibly distinct kicking motion that was conclusive enough to overturn the call on the ice.
If it was called no goal on the ice, it's 100% no goal.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm saying too. It's just like in the rule book, it needs to be distinct, and to overturn the call on the ice, it has to be conclusive. And to me, it was still extremely iffy. And but like, listen, what you're saying, Case, and I get this. Players are smart. They're not dumb. Like, they're trying to score. They know the rules, despite what he said after the game, where he's like, I don't know if I even know the rule book at this point, trying to take a shot at the refs. But they're smart. They know the rules. They know exactly what they're doing when they do things like that. The thing is, it hasn't been called all year, but then it was in the playoffs, and those are the best refs that the NHL has to offer. And frankly, if you're a Calgary Flames fan, you should be pissed off because it was the wrong call.
Yeah. All right, let's pull it in a little bit and get back to.
What are we talking about? What are we doing?
Great stuff, boys. But let's get back to teeing up this matchup because it's going to be great.